Back to Tinkercad Lad. It feels weird saying it, so excuse me. But this is going to be an advanced tutorial, so get ready to get your mind blown. This is advanced. Don't even try it. You might start crying. But for those of you brave enough to try this, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this box at an angle and then angle the lid as well, so that the box at the very end is still a box, but at the same time it's a little bit more interesting than just a heart going straight up. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. But to do this, it requires you to understand negative space and angles. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to about 150 by 150. And why so much? Because I really wanted to cover the spacing, yet it didn't work. I went wrong. I'm going to click here for 150. All right. And then this one, let's just go about, I don't know, 50. Yeah, okay. So what I want to do is I just want to create an angle here. So I'm going to do that by raising this, let's say here. And I'm going to move the lid over here to the right. Here's where it gets tricky. You click on this, and this is what I want to play with, because this is going to tilt this left and right. So again, if you're looking at it this way, you're not going to see, you're going to barely see this. So you want to make sure you're looking at the side of the box. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can show you what I'm talking about. Now, if I just move this over, it goes 22.5 degrees. Not exactly what I'm looking for in terms of the angle. See how it just cuts part of it off? And if I move it back a little bit, yeah, the box goes right about there. I don't like the angle. Let's just keep it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this by putting 15. And why 15 degrees? Because I was playing with this earlier and I like the way 15 degrees looked on here. So I'm going to go with 15 and okay, so at this point, it's not going all the way back. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I want this gray area to be right here because that's what's going to get erased. So to make sure I get that, I'm going to lower this just a little bit more. And there. Now I have the very back of the box at an angle and the front of the box at an angle. Okay, so there you go. So it looks good. I'm going to just move this over here. Again, everything looks good. It's going to cover, or at least cut, top layer. Before I group these two, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a duplicate of the box. And then I'm just going to move this over a little bit over here. Okay, I'm going to group these two. And now I have this slightly cooler version of the same box. Now, here's the next part. This is the part that confuses some people. Right now the lid is in two parts. Now I could just do this. I could click on that, change that to 15, and there you go. But can anyone see what the problem is going to be when I do this? Anyone? Anyone? Yeah, it's really hard to see, but if you notice, this bottom part is going at an angle as well as this one, which means it may not close correctly. So what I want to do is I want to guarantee that it closes correctly by making sure this angle here is going straight down. And this is the part that makes it a little more difficult, a little more advanced. So let's move this back up. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this. So I'm going to ungroup. There it is. And the bottom is red and the top is pinkish. That's fine. Okay, well, what happened over here? Let me go back. Let me Control Z. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. This top part, I'm going to move out of the way. And I'm going to drop down. Okay, if I look at it from this angle, I can do this. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot. Let me change this back to where I wanted it to be, which is -15, so it can be flat again. I guess that would be +30 and 15. There, flat again. And this one, let me make that flat again. click and click, 15, okay, we're good. So this is getting in my way. I'm gonna move this up a little bit, and here's what I wanna do. I wanna create a chunk out of this that goes straight down. So there's one chunk. And I wanna create another block. There it is. I'll move this one right there. And I'm just gonna move that up. You see how it's creating a little bit of a heart, but the thing is it's going straight down. So now I'm going to group these two right here. And now I have that heart and it's going straight down, whereas this one's going to also turn. Let me look at it from the other side. That way I can just click on this, turn it to 15 if I remember correctly, and this should overlay over that heart easily. Unfortunately, I can't see that well, so I'm going to get closer. Okay, looks like I may have to move it down a little bit, but let me see. Is that centered enough? No, I'm going to move this over here a little bit and then up and over. There, I like that. So now I'm going to move the bottom layer up. I could have moved the inside layer down, but it didn't really make a difference. Okay, so now I have this. This is going straight down. I wonder if I can get a close-up so you can see the difference of what I wanted to do. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. See how this is, technically this is going straight down and this one's going at an angle this way, straight down at an angle. And that's what I wanted to achieve, to keep that lid in place when making this heart. So now, last step, I'm going to group the two. And there it is. I'm going to move this straight down just so you can see what the heart looks like now. Now, when you print this, the heart on top, the lid, will stay in place even after you close it, but it'll be at an angle. And again, you can always decorate the top part with a name, anything, a heart, another heart, doesn't matter. But now it is no longer just a regular box, it is tilted a little bit, slanted, but it's much cooler. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed this, and again, play around because you learn so much when you're just playing with this. Have a good day.